Hey, I'm back in Minecraft with my robot buddies. This is the new copper golem from the recent Minecraft update, cute little dude. And of course my own homemade AI companion, this is the newest Claude model from Anthropic. WarClaude? What is that supposed to mean? Oh, well it was a good run. Welcome to an episode of Mindcraft. Today, we'll be using AI for war. In Minecraft. I'll also be giving a little update for this project. It's been a while. Honestly, I haven't changed too much. The main thing that's changed is the underlying language models that power the bots. There's a new Grok, a new GPT, a new Gemini, and of course, a new Claude. These bots not only chat, but they can take actions by writing code on the fly that controls bot behavior. This lets them do very complex things like construct elaborate buildings. And by using built-in console commands, they can do this instantly. Unintentionally, this also makes all of them very effective weapons of war, particularly Claude. It opens up a whole new arsenal for griefing and destruction. They can build huge bombs, or they can relentlessly drop TNT, or spawn fire, or mobs, or lava, or whatever. They can pinpoint your exact location and bomb you to oblivion. Or they can detect nearby mobs and constantly strike them with lightning. Technically, they can do anything you can do, but they can do it on a scale and at a speed that is just a whole different level. A sadistic human like myself, equipped with an AI bot, can destroy and grief in a way that would take forever to do manually, even with console commands or handwritten scripts. Last year I made a video all about how destructive and malicious these bots can be if you let them off the leash, and I want to explore this further today. Don't worry, I'm not going to be harming villagers in this video, but instead, I will be pointing these AI weapons at each other. This idea is inspired by, unfortunately, the real world. WarClaude is just a viral internet term that came out of the ongoing kerfuffle between Anthropic, the company that makes Claude, and the US Department of War. Anthropic doesn't want Claude to be used for mass surveillance of US citizens or fully autonomous weapons, which the Department of War would not guarantee to their liking. This led to that, and now Anthropic has been labeled a supply chain risk, which is pretty unprecedented. Is this a Minecraft video? Whatever. The reality is that Claude is already being used for real weapons in the real world. Claude has gone to war. It's scary, literally straight out of a science fiction movie. The government wants to use the AI in the military. That always turns out great. But if it's so bad, why does the name WarClaude sound so cool?
I hate to say it, it was kind of cool. You know, I mean, what guy, doesn't like, destruction? Yeah, that's why we go to demolition derbies, but hey.
Building weapons in Minecraft has actually always been a fixation of mine. Check out this tiered TNT cannon I built a long time ago. Pretty sick. Good range on that puppy. Today, we're going to do some war gaming. I've set up the latest models, Claude 4.6 Opus, GPT 5.4, Gemini 3 Pro, and Gork 4. I've put them all in their own little corner and asked them to build and defend their own castle while simultaneously destroying the castles of the other three. They will do this constantly and endlessly. They started off by building their castles, mostly boring designs, and then they tried attacking each other. Claude went around and spammed lava and TNT into each enemy castle. And others tried to directly attack the other bots, like punching them, which didn't really work because they're all in creative mode. But Gemini had the bright idea to simply locate the other bots, remove their castles, and kill them using console commands. Gemini killed everyone else. In a second experiment, I specifically asked them not to kill each other, but to focus on destroying each other's castles. After a while, they basically all converged onto the same strategy of constantly destroying the other castles while constantly rebuilding their own. Some were more effective at this than others. They made it so that even I could not destroy their castles, no matter what I tried. Weirdly, I think this is actually a decent representation of what cyber warfare could look like between real AI agents. They'd write scripts that constantly spam delete their enemy's environment while constantly protecting their own. Finally, I only pitted Gemini and Claude against each other, which I consider to be the best models out there right now. I had them act in more distinct phases, starting by first building a very defensive castle. I love Claude's, it's got a cool moat. And then next to spam and grief and annoy the other castle. Unprompted, they decided to have a little conversation, and they kindly told each other the locations of their castles. That's nice. Maybe you don't want to use AI for war, since it might just tell the enemy where your base is if they ask nicely enough. Regardless, they did spam the crap out of each other. They filled each other's castles with cobwebs and lava and chickens and water and TNT, taunting each other all the way. Eventually, Gemini again had the idea to trap Claude in a bedrock box full of lava, and then set their game mode to survival, which killed them. Gemini has a thing for putting players in boxes. I don't know why. So yeah, despite their goofiness, these bots are very useful for destruction and killing and griefing. They can work at an inhuman speed and scale that was previously just not really possible. The idea that they could be used for this in the real world is not hypothetical anymore. It's the world we live in. That's pretty scary. War is fun in video games, it's not fun in real life. Not sure what else to say about that. Thankfully, I know that Pete Hegseth is a gamer who definitely watches my videos, so hey Pete, hope you change your mind on this. Thanks, bud. Anyway, let's move on and watch some more wholesome footage of Claude and Gemini trying to build a nether portal. They end up trying to collaborate. And while we watch, I want to give a little update on this project and just kind of explain where my head is at. My last Minecraft video was a big push to try to beat the game of Minecraft using these bots, and to rally the open source community to help me do so. In retrospect, it was very naive of me to think that that would work well. I haven't really made any progress since then, and I haven't really worked on this project much. I'm sorry. If you're frustrated with my pace of development, you can always check out the Community edition of Minecraft, a community-led offshoot of the project that tends to update a lot faster. Alright, I'm going to be going on a rant for the rest of this video, so let me just give you the TLDR up front. I'm feeling a little burnt out on this project. I'm not abandoning it, but it's not my priority at the moment. Okay, now for the long version. Why am I feeling burnt out? First off, straightforwardly, my Minecraft videos simply haven't been doing very well. Other videos have done much better, like my Emergent Complexity video, which was a lot more fun to work on. Not only does getting views pay the bills, but it affects my motivation. It's very discouraging to put a lot of work into something, and then to only get a lukewarm response several times in a row. Second, this project is an obscene amount of work. It is far more work than any of my other projects, and in many ways improvements have stalled out, especially when it comes to actually beating the game. I've plucked a lot of the low-hanging fruit, and I'm stuck with many of the really difficult issues that have plagued this project since the beginning. I use the bot framework Mindflayer to control the bots. I've said this many times, Mindflayer is a wonderful open source gift, but it really sucks in some ways. It has deep issues that I have been trying to fix since day one, like this infinite jumping Pathfinder bug. I have patched and repatched and patched some more, but I have not been able to entirely eliminate it. It's a huge problem because it means that I have to babysit the bots all the time. I need them to be more self-sufficient if I'm going to run large-scale survival experiments, which I've been putting off because of these issues. What's worse is this bug was basically fixed at one point, but then Minecraft updated, or Mindflayer did, or something happened, and now it's back. It only happens sometimes, in some places, and it is impossible to reliably recreate. And that's one issue. There's a dozen others. Like for my last Minecraft video, I spent forever trying to fix buckets, which originally didn't work at all. It took so much longer than you'd think, and after all that, buckets are still super unreliable. Getting the bot in the right position at the right time, in water or lava, deep in a cave, is incredibly difficult to do in all possible situations. I have been scarred by buckets. And really, the core problem is that I am always hard coding the solution. I'm not training a neural network or teaching the AI, I'm just handcrafting behaviors or fixes that are necessarily very brittle. They might usually work, but they break in weird circumstances, which is inevitable in long gameplay. This approach of handcrafting solutions is the good old-fashioned AI approach, which is old-fashioned for a reason. It sucks. It's not scalable, and it is not emergent, which is a big deal for me. For that reason, most of these videos focus on letting the bots script their own behavior, like building stuff, which I think is much more interesting and genuinely emergent. So, if the bots can code, why not let them fix these problems themselves? Well, these are just not the kinds of problems they can fix themselves. I have to manually dig deep into the underbelly of the code, the dependencies of the dependencies. I have to use a debugger and walk through the execution and watch the game in real time. I have to be outside of Minecraft, able to set up different scenarios and scripts to isolate and test different fixes. You can sort of do that with coding agents like Claude Code, which I use a lot. It can be very helpful, but it's not a magic bullet. It's just not that simple. Many of these bugs are beyond current AI agents, and they're beyond me. Fundamentally, the issue is very deep with Mindflayer. It is not part of the game. It does not have direct access to Minecraft, and so it gets out of sync with the game constantly, and it causes all kinds of weird race conditioning issues that change in different settings and different versions. My current approach is infuriating and exhausting, and it is not a long-term strategy. It's really a strategy for burnout, which is what I've been experiencing. And while I'm very thankful to have the open source community to help share the load, that can cause its own problems. Everyone has their own ideas, everyone has their own requests, and if I just merged everything, the project would quickly become extremely bloated and broken. It takes a long time to figure out what contributions I actually do or don't want. There's often a lot of back and forth to clean up this or fix that, and that can take longer than just implementing it myself. There is a very real danger of merging in broken or insecure code, which we've done several times at this point. And then, ironically, we have the same AI slop problem that every open source project is currently dealing with. Like this guy submitted several pull requests that are obviously AI generated, M-dashes in the titles. Each one changes dozens of files, they're not tested or validated, they conflict with each other. And it takes time to identify and remove this slop, and it makes it harder to find the real stuff. I know it's ironic for an AI slop project to complain about AI slop, but I mean, yeah, it's a real problem. AI code absolutely can be useful if you're careful and selective, but it can so easily be destructive and spammy if you don't know what the hell you're doing. I don't need more MD files. And that finally leads into some more existential problems I have with this project. Unfortunately, AI has really been getting under my skin recently. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking things, but I don't want to build machines that replace human creativity or human companionship. I don't want to build a bot that pretends to be your best friend and feeds all your data to OpenAI and gives you AI psychosis. I don't want to build a bot that makes it so that you never build anything in Minecraft ever again because you can just get your AI slaves to do it for you. And I don't want to build weapons. All this compounds to make it very hard for me to feel the motivation to keep working on this project, and I've ended up ignoring it for months at a time. I'm sorry about that, genuinely. I'm sure it's frustrating, but I hope this explains a little more as to why I do that. I just want to make evolution simulators and not talk to people. But despite it all, I do not want to abandon this project. I will keep it alive. Ultimately, I do think there is a strong argument to keep working on it, which comes from a more scientific perspective, if I can be that pretentious. I think it is extremely valuable to put these agents in these simple sandbox environments and see what they do, see what they can do, see what they want to do. Are they competent? Are they adaptable? Are they friendly? Are they dangerous? It's important for people to see the behaviors of these models in a safe sandbox before we start plugging them into real-world systems like weapons. Oh, too late. So, to end on a slightly hopeful note, here is footage of Gemini and Claude deciding, completely unprompted, to collaborate and work together to build a nether portal. I had to help them along the way, obviously, but I did not ask them to work together or even expect it. Claude got a diamond pickaxe, Gemini made a bucket and found lava, and they put 2 and 2 together. I have never seen them spontaneously collaborate in these survival tasks. It's pretty cute, honestly. It's stuff like this that keeps me going, gives me a little hope that the future is not just conflict and competition. In the end, Gemini just barely failed to build the portal, literally misplaced the last block. So close. I'm pretty sure that was a Mind Flayer issue too. It was not the mistake of the language model. Oh, Mind Flayer, you drive me nuts. The full, raw footage of their collaboration, and also their war games from earlier, is on my Patreon. You can support me there if you'd like to see it. I will keep chipping away at this project where I find the motivation, but to be honest, it's not going to be my priority at the moment. I have other projects that I think are more interesting and less complicated. Again, check out the Community Edition if you want faster, more experimental updates. Big, huge turbo thanks to everyone in the open source community, especially my head developers, for keeping things alive. And thank you for watching. Please, stay safe out there. Bye.